Good morning. I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's really early here, but I got some things I need to do today, and this is something I can go ahead and do. I'm going to make dry black-eyed peas and cornmeal dumplings. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do the oven version because it's much easier than doing the pot version. There's two different ways you can do it. You can do it in the oven in a baking dish, or you can do it on the stove with a big giant pot and a lid. I'm going to do it the easier version. I thought about it last night, and I think it's best. I'm going to lay out right here. I got 4 quarts of water. We're not going to use it all, I don't think. We're going to see. I got 1 pound of dry black-eyed peas. I got 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of chicken knorr or bullion, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of parsley, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I got a 10-ounce bag of frozen seasoning blend. These are the black-eyed peas I'm using. Okay? And I got I dropped it earlier, so excuse it. I got 1 10-ounce can of chicken breast, broth, and all. And you can use ham, you can use whatever for this recipe. We just like chicken breast in our beans for some odd reason. Okay, and we're going to do this in the pressure cooker first. This will make it so much simpler, trust me. I'm going to unlock this. We're going to put our dry beans in there first. We're going to put all of our seasonings. I'm going to toss all those up in those beans. And this is the seasoning blend from Walmart. It has onions, red and green peppers, and celery in it. So it works perfect for everything I need. Okay, we're going to put that chicken breast. Don't have to worry about tearing it up. Just dump it in there. It'll do it for you. Now, 4 quarts of water. I'm going to see how many I put in so I can put it below. We used 3 quarts. 3 quarts of water is what I put in it. And that made it perfect. Then we're going to lock this, fix it so the toggle can seal. And we're going to do it on high pressure. And we're going to do it for an hour and 5 minutes. I generally do my dry beans on 58 minutes, but I'm going to give it a little extra time to make them more softer and have a thicker gravy. And then I'll bring you back as soon as I get there. We'll do the next step, which is making our dumplings and putting it in the casserole dish. See you in an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, I am back. My peas have depressurized themselves. I've set everything up. I got my baking dish. You do not have to grease this. As I said before, all instructions and ingredients will be below. I'm going to set this to the side just for a second. All right, let me get my ingredients out. Let's see. Okay, I've gotten 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour in here, 1½ cups of self-rising cornmeal, a teaspoon of salt. I've got 1/4 stick of melted butter, an egg at room temperature, 1/4 bag of frozen onions, or fresh if you prefer, and I got water as need. And all this will be below. I just wanted to walk through it with you. I'm going to go ahead and put my butter right there because it's melted good. We're going to save this because we're going to use this to do the dumplings. I've washed my hands. I'm going to move all this out the way. These are my frozen onions. It's just regular frozen chopped onions that we're going to put in. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm going to get that up. I don't like that. Sorry. Things happen. All right. Now, when you make your dumplings, and I got 3 cups of cold water in this, when you make your dumplings, you kind of want them, you're going to want them to be thick. You don't want them to be dry, but you kind of want them to be thick. So bear that in mind. And I can't tell you how much water to use. It's just one of those things you have to check out yourself. And if you add a little bit too much water, just add a little bit more cornmeal. And I think we may have to do that. Because you want it, this is too runny. So we'll add a little more cornmeal. We might not use all of it to make dumplings, but it'll be all right. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit in there. And I'll go back and try to adjust it. But you see, it's one of those things that you sort of have to play with on your own. Yeah, see, that's better. Much, much, much better. That's the consistency you kind of want it. So we added a couple more tablespoons of cornmeal. And the cornmeal I'm using is just white lily. And the plain flour is just a store brand plain flour. Okay. Now, like I said, I got my 9 by 13 ready. And I got tin foil laid over here behind me. I'm going to set these aside. We're going to pull this over. I'm going to move all this. Because this is going to be a hot situation. I want to get a spoon and taste these. I'm going to try to move you a little closer. Hopefully, because I want you to see everything. Okay, let me put this over here. Let's get another spoon out. You want to taste your black-eyed peas and see the liquid in these are perfect. Doesn't need anything. Now you want to carefully, because this is very hot and heavy, you want to transfer these to this. Just going to set that back in there for right this moment. You want to make sure your peas are pushed out good. Okay. Now we want to get our dumplings. I'm going to wash my hands again just so you'll see they're clean because I may have to end up using my hand. And I kind of want to get them. You don't want them too big, but you want them sort of like that. You want to just drop them individually. Let me wash this off. I think I can do that with a spoon. Let's try that. And you don't want them touching. And we may not use all this, like I said. It just depends. And you could always take the cornmeal and put it in something else and bake it. And that's what I'm going to do. Just not going to waste it. I'm going to bake it. Put one right there. They can be close together. You just don't want them touching. I think I can get a small one in between some of these. And right there. Okay, and we got half of our mixture left, which I'm not going to waste it. Like I said, I'm going to bake it. Now, let me wash my hands again. Get this off. And I was thinking I would like to try to push some of these over just, yeah. So I think, I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to move that. Now, I got my tin foil. First, before I put them on tin foil, I want to get me a baking pan. Just in case it does bubble over a little bit. I'm going to get an old baking sheet. There's quite a bit of liquid in there. And it's real heavy. Okay. Now, I put 2 pieces of tin foil together to make a tent for it. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven, and when it's done, I'll bring you back and we'll try it. Okay, I am back, and it took 1 hour they cooked. Let me turn that off before I forget it. Let's see, I want to taste the broth. That is really good. As you can see, why I told you not to put them too close together, they spread out. Now, after they've been in the oven, halfway through, you want to take the tin foil off so they can brown. But I did, before I took them out, I did put it on broil and brown the top a little bit. Let's see, I want to... I guess I shouldn't have covered the dumpling up. They smell absolutely amazing. Absolutely wonderful. The dumplings are tender, and they're seasoned good with that onion. Very good. And see how they spread? And you can just take individual dumplings out. And then I baked the other cornbread, and then we'll cut it and put it on the cake saver, so it wouldn't go to waste. Because up under here's a lot of black-eyed peas that can be used. But there it is. It's very good. I'm going to eat a little bit more because it really is good. I didn't eat any breakfast. Oh Lord, I like to drop it. I was trying to show you the texture of the dumpling. Very good. Okay. Well, I hope this helps. I hope you'll try it. I think if I would have did anything different, I would have made my dumplings a little smaller. But you see why I said do not crowd them, because they swell together. But other than that, it turned out absolutely perfect. I would do this. Well, I have done it years ago. And as I said before, you can use a large pot with the lid on it. And then whenever the black-eyed peas gets done, you just put your dumplings down there and cover them up on low simmer, and they'll do the same thing. Very good, though. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.